Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this AutoCAD 2016 training course, and the topic for today will be how to add a node with the leader. This is a topic also very easy to explain because inside annotate menu and besides all the other possibilities we've already seen to add dimensions and graphical entities to complement your drawing. We have also one entity called a leader that allows us to add notes or other type of information, always with the idea to point to something and then being able to add a note, a number, complementary information of several types. Basically, these leaders can be assessed in two ways, either by the manager that we can assess through this leaders group and then call in this arrow pointing down, we can assess this dialog box, or also by writing MLS and you'll get the same dialog box. So in this dialog box we are able to create different styles, also with the same concept of the text or the dimensions, and this is very similar. So we just need to create a new style or modify a new style, exactly the same thing we've seen for these dimensions or text as I mentioned. We need to create this definition having as base one of the existing styles. So continue, and then we get this big box where, among other things, we can make the settings for a lot of parameters of these multi-leaders. But most of these are common to other things we've seen already. So the type, if it is straight, spline or others, the color of it, the line type and line weight, this is common to many things inside the program. The type of arrowhead and the size, if we need a leader break. Then regarding the structure, we have these leader points that allow us to define the max number of points, of break points to make these entities, these lines. So in this particular case we have two, but we can define more. This first and second angle allow us to constrain the angles to fixed values. We can set also these landing distances, which is this line here. We can have the scales defined or annotative scales. And finally, regarding the content, we can have these. We can have a definition for what we call the leader, which is the text. So it can be an M text, and if it is an M text, it can be edited by the normal processes, but it can be a block or it can have no text. Then we have all the main options for the text style, the angles, the color, the height, the justification, and yes or no with a frame around it, and the connections, if it is an horizontal attachment, a vertical one, and in case of a vertical we have these possibilities also to define. So all of these definitions, we can set the styles, we can manage them here and say this is current or the other or whatever. So current is one, which allow me to delete this one that I was trying to make a definition. And here we have a list of all the styles in use. So when we are okay with these definitions, just say yes, and we are able to create one leader. The creation of the leader itself, it's quite easy, because we just need to define here which is the style that is current. We can do it on the previous dialog box, but just click on the option. Then we have a couple of possibilities down here. These options define basically this, most of them the same things that we have defined on the settings, so I don't think they are very important to see again. But we can define, this is important, if the content is first or the landing first. So if it is the content, then you see that we have the text first, but I don't want this. I want the landing first, or the arrow. And now I don't have anything drawn, but if I click a point, you see the arrow is pointing to that thing I've clicked, and I can make all the other clicks I want. If you remember, inside the definitions I had the max point perimeter defined as 2, so I was able to do only 2 clicks, 1 click, 2 clicks, and this landing appear immediately, asking me now for the text. So now I can say this is the text and close it. So I've done a leader. I can have multiple styles, as you know, and this is no different from other things with text inside, which I can edit in many different ways. But if I write down text edit, I can select the text, and because this is defined as being a name text entity, so I can edit opening again the m text parameter. So I can edit this now and write down what I want and just close it after. So I think it's very easy. Just to end and to summarize what we've seen, these leaders are used to create nodes pointing down for something. The management of these leaders is done through styles, which is very similar to the dimension styles, text styles, and other things, but basically and mainly these two. And as you can see, this is quite easy to edit and to change if needed, for several reasons, among them a mistake from the user side. So again, any help you may need, so you know how to contact us through our email or through a comment in the videos, and we can help you, or we will help you in what we can regarding your questions.